What's up, guys? Vape with Mr. J here.
And motor.
And before we actually get into this video, because I actually didn't show y'all last week, got a tattoo. A new tattoo. The
Didn't you?
last scab finally came off. It is going to need to be touched up a little bit more once it's fully healed. But other than that, the tattoo's looking good. It's healing nicely. And I want to go a little bit over tattoo aftercare real quick, just in case you guys are getting a tattoo. So one of the things that yeah, he got a tattoo about a month ago, actually.
A week before you got yours.
Yeah, no, I think it was 2 weeks before I got mine.
Something like that. But anyway.
But I just want to go over quick tattoo aftercare real quick. So there's several different things you can like, several different lotions you can use. My tattoo artist recommended me to use Lubriderm, so I've been using Lubriderm Advanced Therapy, which worked really good. Before that, I was using a dollar store brand unscented lotion. That didn't work too well. It didn't agree with my skin, so I stopped using that. And then he also recommended me, like, in case of signs of infection, to use a little bit of Neosporin, which is basically it's a antibiotic cream essentially. And I put a little bit on that, and that helps like soothe it and takes the irritation away from, like, say, overcleaning and whatnot. But Lubriderm works really good. You do want unscented antibacterial soap, and if people tell you not to clean your tattoo within the first week, don't fucking listen to them. Like, honestly, any reputable tattoo artist or tattoo shop will tell you to clean twice a day for the first 2 weeks. Then after that, you can go down once a day for the third week. Tattoos usually take about, I would say, 3 to 5 weeks to heal completely. So,
Yeah.
but that's enough of that. All right. So I actually got around to using the Lost Vape Orion Plus. I used it all day yesterday because went fishing and I didn't want to take this with me and lose this, because that would suck, because this is an $80 mod with a $40 RDA, so I didn't want to lose that. And this has a little lanyard on it that you can put around your neck. And yeah. All right, so what do I think of it? Well, vaping on it, really good. I got where is it? I got some of this in here. It's my favorite line, or it's my favorite flavor from the Overcast line. It is Becky, and this is in 35 milligrams of nic salt, or 3.5% nicotine. 30 mil. I think it was like $20 for 30 mil, but nic salt's usually much more expensive. But I'm not here to talk about that. I already did a review on that juice, because the freebase and the nic salt taste exactly the same. But this. So I haven't used this, I would say, for a couple of weeks. And usually when juice sits in coils for too long, because this actually uses these little guys right here. These actually use press fit coils, and usually when you leave juice in a coil, it doesn't matter whether it's a rebuildable or, say, a sub-ohm tank or something. But after a while, the juice starts to gunk up and everything, and it just tastes bad. Not with these coils. I don't know what it is with these coils, but they actually I'm still in the same coil that was in here when I first got it. So, but how do you replace the coil? All right, so the coil press fits in from the bottom here, but in order to get the actual coil out, and I don't know if I said this in the original video, but to get the coil out, you unscrew the drip tip, because the drip tip is actually, and I like this design, so when you press the coil up in here, it has threads on the top of the coil that the drip tip actually screws into and holds that coil in place. So you unscrew that, and you can push down on the drip tip. I can't remember who I watched, but they said you can do that just to get it out, because it is a pain in the ass to get out. The battery life, I do believe the battery life is updated. The battery life is a lot better on this than the original Orion and the Orion Q. I think this has the same amount of power. I think it's the same chipset, but just has a better battery life. And it does feel like it does hit a little bit harder. Now, these are and I don't know if I mentioned this in my last video either, but these are compatible with the original Orion pods. But when you use those, you only have a certain level you can actually go up to, because the rest of the levels are not recommended for obvious reasons. You don't want to burn your coil out too quickly. And yeah. But these are compatible with the original Orion pods, so if you have those laying around, you can always use those. But if you wanted to actually use these coils or this pod with the Orion, you can actually do an update from the I think it's the Lost Vape website that'll actually put into where you could actually use these coils. So you really don't have to upgrade to the Plus, but if you want extra battery life, I would say go for it. Now the price on it, it's going to vary on depending on where exactly you actually go. So if it's online, it might be a little bit cheaper, but in most vape shops, I've seen it priced around for, I would say $75. That's DNA price. You have to understand, you're going to end up paying a shit load of money for a DNA chip. Doesn't matter whether it's this guy, the DNA Triad, or like the RX 200, or the 200 with the DNA chip in it. But just DNA chips are usually expensive, and that's what you're actually paying for. Not to mention, you're also paying for the Lost Vape name. Like, Lost Vape is well known for making decent mods, higher end mods. I wouldn't say super high end. Well, yeah, I would. Now that I think about it, yeah, I would. Because most DNA devices anywhere from $150, I'd say $250, $300, give or take. So when going into buying a DNA device such as this, like, even though this is small and it is what it is, it's just a pod system. Because you got that DNA chip in there, you're going to be paying more for that chip itself than the actual device itself. But upgraded battery life, might have increased power. I don't know. I haven't really looked at the specs of it. I probably should have done that before we did this video. But I think it is 40 watts, but it has a harder hit mode on it. Because I think the original DNA had see, what was it? I think red was the highest, blue was medium, and I think purple was the lowest, or somewhere in that order. I don't know what order exactly in. But this has 5 different power levels. So red obviously being the highest, which is what I have this coil set to. Puts out decent clouds though. Not bad. Let's see. What coil's in here? It is the 0.25 ohm mesh coil. These are mesh coils, by the way. So the coils are upgraded compared to the basic round wire and the pods. I don't know if it's just me, but I think motors like this too. Mesh just gives, like with these sub-ohm tanks and pods and all this, the mesh just gives a better overall flavor. And mesh can actually take a little bit more power compared to most basic round wire pods. So, but battery life is great on it. It's really pretty. I love this. It's a pretty color. Everybody that I showed just love this. I think it's like pearl scallop or some shit like that, or sea scallop or something. But it's a really pretty color. It is an inlay. I don't know if it's real. It could be just a sticker, but it's really pretty. But it doesn't feel like a sticker, so I'm thinking it's a real actual inlay. Because I have the Orion Q here, and this is a sticker. Well, actually, that might be plastic. So, but I love my I love my Lost Vape devices. Even the Q. The Q is nice if you want a Lost Vape Orion, but you don't want to shell out the money for the Orion or the Orion Plus. So the Q is a nice addition. You can get it for around $40 to $50 at most local vape shops, and you can get around, I would say, $30 to $40 online, depending on what websites you go to. So yeah, but So I'm gonna rate the coils because the coils to me have really good flavor, and because I'm using 35 milligrams, uh, that mesh, even though it's a lower resistance, that mesh doesn't really like make the vape too harsh. So, and that's one biggest thing I noticed about pods or pod based systems is if you have a low resistant pod, like say the original Orion. I used to vape 50 Nick out of that with the 0.25 ohm pod because I couldn't find the zero point 0.5 ohm pods. If I could, I'd use that all day long. But um, it was so harsh. And like going in with this, with it being meshed and everything, I'm like, I'm not going with 50. I'm just gonna go with 35. But the coils are really nice. They produce good flavor, especially for a pod style system. Like usually these little guys don't really produce that good of a flavor, especially the ones with the top airflow versus the bottom airflow. So yeah, but I have this wide open, and you can see the cloudage it puts off. Normally I don't inhale that much because that's just overwhelming to me. I usually like just straw it into my mouth, and then inhale it to or do a mouth to lung inhale. So enough of that. I'm starting to get dizzy. That's another thing with Nick salts. You do not want to chain vape them. They will fuck you up. But I'll rate the coils. I would give them about a 6.5 out of 10. I've had better mesh coils. As far as like pods go, because I believe I want to say the RPM 40 kit from Smock came with mesh coils. I know for a fact. What other ones use mesh coils? Doesn't the Nord use mesh coils? Yeah.
Or ceramic.
See, I used with the Nord, I used 50 Nick with the mesh coil, and it hit hard. It was harsh, but it was, in my opinion, it was vapable. But if you're going to, if you're all right, so if you're going to use Nick salts out of the Nord, what do you have? The Novo?
Novo 2.
Novo 2. And aren't those compatible with the Nord coils?
No, because it's a disposable pod.
Wait, the Novo 2's disposable? Oh, yeah, the Novo 2. All right, so excluding the Novo 2, what other one uses the Nord coils?
You mean the
Alpha?
Alpha Tree?
Yeah, alright, so with the Nord, I think the Nord 2 are compatible with the Nord 1 coils. I could be wrong. But if you're going to use Nick salts out of any of those products, get the higher resistant ceramic coil. You don't want to do what I do and end up messing yourself up, so. But going back to what I was saying, alright, so about the device, feels like a DNA device. It hits hard, got good battery life. I mean, it's a fucking pod. There's not really much to say about it. Unlike something like this guy right here, which has a lot of features in it. I can judge the chipset accurately because the DNA Go is just a DNA Go. It's going to be pretty consistent off the board. So I'm for the price factor of itself, $70 at a local vape shop. I'm gonna have to go 5.5. I think they could charge a cheaper price for it. But like I said, when you're paying for DNA products, you're gonna be spending a lot of money over the years if you buy DNA products, because like I said, like some of their mods can go anywhere from $150 to $250 and up. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. 5.5 seems fair enough. It's a pod system. There's not really much about it. So yeah, Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell to be alerted when we upload new videos. Anyways, I am Vape with Mr. J.
And I'm motor.
And we are signing out.